Hey guys, I've been asked by Peter to throw the coin and decide the fate of the competition. So this is the coin. As you can see here, we have the M for Maze of the Kings, and we have this side for Terminator. DA, as you can see there, I guess it's Doomsday Apocalypse or whatever. So first of all, just to keep in mind that, of course, I could record this video 1,000 times and make sure that Maze of the Kings comes out. To be honest, I would really love to play that game, but I want to be fair, so I'm just going to do this once, obviously, and whatever comes out, comes out. So, here we go. All right, here we go, and flip! And we got a Terminator.
Pete from Light Gun Lunatics, just a video demonstration of our next Light Gun comp. And thanks to Chris for his enthusiastic coin toss. Don't worry, brother. Maze of the Kings will be up on the next Light Gun round for sure. We had 30 votes for both Terminator 2 and Maze of the Kings, and as you saw by the coin toss, T2 is up. So I'm just going to do a walkthrough of the game. I'm just going to quickly flip into the service menu so you can actually see there's a couple of different things. We just need to make sure that everyone is on the same playing field. So that's, for me, I've got this mapped in as F2 to get into the service menu. And then like there's a whole bunch of things that you can do here, but again, I've just got different things here. So I'll just go down game adjustments, pull the trigger, and then all we want to do is make sure that you're just looking at these settings: game difficulty, energy per play, bombs per play, times per play limit. It's up to you about mode attraction and the like. Just follow the instructions up at that top left hand corner so you can pull the trigger, go into game difficulty and change it. By default, you shouldn't have to touch anything. And if you don't know how to do any of this stuff and you think, oh my God, I can't get it into the service menu, look, we're not playing for sheep stations, as they would say in Australia. But, we're just here to have a bit of fun, right? So it's all about the honesty system. Anywho, so when you're now finished with that, you just hit F2. We'll take you back into the game. Enlich has got amazing bezels. Better than the one that comes out of the Launchbox bezel download bezel project version, which is just a mock-up version of the marquee. All that stuff is on our website, and he's kindly allowed us to do that. It looks absolutely superb. So go you, bro. Anywho, so I'm going to go through and show you the game and what we need to do. Essentially, you're going to just be playing. It doesn't really matter how many coins and restarts you do. This is just like one huge spray fest until you get to the big mech and the Terminators that come out of it after you knock it off at the end. And then we just want to make sure that you get the score at the end, which I'll show you, minus all the casualties. So you've got a really raw score at the end. And I'll pause there and we'll stop and I'll show you what you need to do. I have got main hooker connected to this, but I've got the gun switched off. Otherwise, you're just not going to hear anything over the clacks of the Time Crisis gun that I'm using. But as you can see on the cabinet, because I've got PAC-LED 64s tied into main hooker as well, the various lights will go off on the left or the right-hand side, depending on how many players that we're playing. So hopefully that won't make a liar of me. But anyway, without further ado, I'm now going to go and do a bit of a spray. And I'm using Mick Streener's build. I don't have a full up-to-date version of it, but I don't need to. It's really tight build. Highly recommend it. It's my go-to build. And here we go.
It's Judgment Day.
And you can see on the green and the player one buttons are lighting up. And then when you see when I get shot, it will also reflect when I get shot. And player button on the left hand side indicates as, gun 1, which is blue. If I was playing 2 players, it would be flashing red, showing that there's gun 1 and gun 2, red and blue. And you can see when I get hit, you can see that my damage is actually firing up as well. This competition, to get to the round that you need to complete, I don't know, probably takes about 7 minutes. But again, if you're having fun playing such a iconic classic game, you're not going to give a shit about that. You're going to be giving a shit about getting a good score at the end. Rightio.
Let's go.
So it's just a good old-fashioned spray fest. Need to use guns to enter our light gun competition. The score at the end must have the gun in the same frame as the score on the screen. Has been ever since we started this comp, just like the racing one with steering wheels and controllers. So this has to be light guns. Now, if you happen to have an arcade 1-up cabinet, if you happen to be one of those lucky sods who actually owns the original hardware, or you can get access to the original hardware, go down into your local penny parlour, throw a few quarters in or 20-cent pieces wherever you're from, and enter using the original arcade as well. Obviously, you won't be able to necessarily get into the service menu and check anything. But hey,
Loaded. Terminated. Let's go.
now what you need to do also, just to help you along, is in main, is to make sure you map a pause button. I've got it on a keyboard sitting next to me, so I'll be able to lean over when I get to that part of the game after you're getting ready to, toast the mech, to pause so you can then do the score along with the gun. And I'll post a picture of what I mean by that at the end.
Reloaded.
A couple of the guys have reached out about Maze of the Kings. Really cool game. A couple of them suggested how that particular competition should work. So please get amongst yourselves and let us know in Facebook what you think is a fair competition for that. It will definitely be the next light gun game comp after this one. So as for those who are new to our competitions, we run these about every 2 or 3 weeks because Rod and I, believe it or not, have actually got lives. So, but we put it all up on our website. It's all up front with all the information, all the goodies that you actually need it.
Let's go.
And away you go. We'll put our poll out soon for the next racing competition, which was really quite a heated affair. Some people suggested even maybe initial D. So look, please make sure you get in there, put your vote in, and look, and we've got 30 votes for this, so it would be really cool to get 30 entries.
Nice shot.
Appreciate people have got lives, but if you vote, we really hope that you can enter. And it's a good game that you can sit in there. Everyone, I'd be surprised if you haven't got a light gun, you've never played this game. sure there's a much more easy way of doing this. So I'm plowing through all the bombs that I haven't used throughout the round. I'm going to probably die here. That's okay. It's a spray fest. Is that it? That's it. So this is where you want to get ready with your paws. Analyze how shithouse I went. Now, you don't want to do this. You want to do this after it's taken off all the accuracy and all the, you know, everything at the end. We'll give you a score at the end. Human casualties, then that's it. That's the score that you want after you've had all the human casualties come off your score. And then all you got to do really is then get your camera out, take a photo of the game score with the gun in shot, or if you obviously got a RK1-up machine or a original arcade machine or a modified cabinet or whatever it is, you could take it just with the whole cabinet, which is just as, that's really, really cool. No mouse. We don't let people do mouse, and to be honest, I'm not sure mouse or trackball would actually be all that great with this game anyway. So that's the competition. We'll launch that come I think on Saturday night Canberra time. I just want to make sure this video captures all the things that I have or haven't missed out on, and that is essentially that. Otherwise, guns up and hasta la vista, baby.